Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this ETOA and Tourism Ireland drop-in. I'll just wait a few seconds for people to drop in, but in the meanwhile, I'll draw your attention to the question and chat function. If anything sparks your interest during these a few conversations and presentations we're doing, please feel free to drop them in either on topics relating to Britain and Ireland marketplace, or indeed what's been covered by David, Breige, Róisín, or Simon, who are with me. But we'll kick off with Tourism Ireland. Over to you, Breige and David.
Thank you, Aaron. Well, welcome everybody. I just wanted to very quickly give you some background to our partnerships with ETOA. As you probably know, those of you who attended Flavours in November last year, we were using the European Tour Operators Association platform. And this is a relationship that's gone back many years, and we have enhanced the relationship with ETOA for a number of reasons. One, the professionalism of how they handle their databases and how they've brought more people to meet Irish, in this instance, Irish suppliers. And indeed, the whole organisation has worked really well for us, and we're very happy to be a sponsor of Britain and Ireland Marketplace this year, and working with our sister organisations, Fáilte Ireland and Tourism Northern Ireland. We're delighted that 120 odd industry from Ireland are attending BIM later in the month. Look, that's basically what I wanted to say. We are now in a strong partnership with the European Tour Operators Association, and we will continue that as the year progresses, whilst we have to do things in this style where it is virtual for the moment anyway. So look, I'm going to hand over to Breige. A lot of people are learning more about the GB in Ireland inbound market that Breige manages here in London, and I think you know, as we progress, and we've been doing it for years, but it's been kind of not known and not understood that well by all of our partners. So now this is an opportunity, both from the new style of flavours we did last year and indeed more virtual events that we're going to be doing in partnership. So Breige, over to you.
Hi, thanks David, and thanks for joining us today. Really important, and thank you ETOA for hosting this event to allow us to learn more about the platform and how to make best use of it. For those who don't know me, I'm Breige Coward, and I work in the London office of Tourism Ireland. I mostly manage the key communications and relationships with the global wholesalers and operators who are based here in the UK, mostly in London. And they buy Ireland and Britain product, and they sell it on a global sales network throughout the world. So a really important guys for us to meet and to get our product out there into a global marketplace. So I am going to now pass to Aaron, who is going to take us through some of the technical details behind the system.
Cool, thank you, Breige. I didn't introduce myself at the top here. I'll let my colleagues introduce exactly who they are when we get to them. I'm Aaron Wiltshire, Director of Events at ETOA, so fundamentally responsible for the running of our B2B workshops. For those of you who haven't joined one of our own ones directly, it's part of, we have about 8 throughout the year, but obviously this one is dedicated to the UK and Ireland for the next edition. So I will just share my screen. We have sent this morning, which you should have received if you're a BIM delegate, your invitation to access the appointment system. So this is a fundamental for the running of the day. You will have a link and a confirmation code to access on the page that I'm sharing just now. It's really important that you take some time to do a bit of research and access the system in advance of the event. We are closing the selection and preference system on Friday this week, and it runs your agenda. So you will submit your preferences of the operators you'd like to meet if you're on the supply side, which I believe most of you are, and then on the buyer side as well. And we combine those two preferences to then build up your agenda for the day. There are a few guidelines here as to how to use the various filters, but you will see as a supplier all of the different operators who are signed up to attend. So if you have very specific source markets or business type operators that you're looking to meet, you can use these filters or indeed search for specific companies that you may know of, and then add them to your list. You'll have 20 choices, and those choices then need to be put in order of preference from top to bottom, because our algorithm then divides that up and assigns them on both sides from the top preferences. If there's someone you really, really want to meet, put those at the top. It's most important that you do. What we don't want to see when we do these events is lots of alphabetical order submissions through, because that skews it somewhat for all of the operators that come through with A names. So you need to select, and as I show you here, there's information about each of the companies with the links, etc., to then drag them across, add them to the list, and then move them up and down here. Once you're happy, click submit. It would be really great if you could do that as soon as possible, but then I recommend you maybe pop back onto the system on Friday morning just to see if there are any new buyers. We're an incredible 190 buyers signed up for this event, so that's a great opportunity to have nice full agendas for all of the suppliers attending. So please have a look. There may well be some more that come in between now and then, so it's worth your while to do the most part of which work now and then top it up as we get to the end of the week. So once you've done that, we will then start matching everybody throughout the week next week and send out the provisional ones towards the end. I think Thursday is when we'll send those out, by which time then you can really research exactly who you'll match with. We will then send a link out the day before with your final appointments. You log into the system, and really it's quite simple from that point. You just sit there and talk for hours on end with the people you'll be matched with. So make sure you hydrate. They are quite intensive meetings, especially with the great ratio that we've got to match you with lots of operators seeking to kind of put some business on the books for the business available this year and then into the future. What I would stress is we'll send a link, and I think we did include it today, just for a quick few tests. Obviously, we want the day to run as smoothly as possible on the online platform. It is browser-based, so all you need to do is access the link within a browser and give the permissions to that website to allow the mic and the camera to work, and then it runs you through all of your appointments automatically. So you just sit there and the day will follow the agenda for you throughout. We just ask that you make sure you just test your system, and as I said, the link is provided just in case sometimes some corporate firewalls or VPNs may block that, but we can discover this in advance and advise how to deal with that to avoid any issues on the day itself. It's completely optimized for Chrome on a laptop. Other ways are possible, but just the kind of the headline advice there is to have an updated version of Chrome or Edge, but Chrome is the one that we've built the system for, and then you'll be good to go. So I think I've got a few questions coming in. We have recorded this, so you'll be able to watch it back, just to answer the question that's just popped in. So please submit your preferences, run a test, let us know if you've got any questions about any of the above. We'll close on Friday, and we'll start running and making your matches throughout the week, next week, in time for the day itself. If at any point you have any commitments or times that we need blocked, could you also let us know by Friday as well, because once we start the matching, we don't want to have to take away appointments that we've already assigned to you if indeed you have to do the school run or something like that. So that's it from me. I will hand over to the rest of my colleagues to cover everything. As I said, do pop us a line either via Magdalena or support@celestina.org, which you'll have received the email from this morning. We're here to answer any questions in advance. We like to minimize any questions on the day itself and allow you to focus on the meetings. But as I said, I'll leave you in the capable hands of Róisín and Simon, and we look forward to seeing you on the day. Jason, I've just seen your message. I will take note and get that sent through to you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Aaron. Hello to everybody, and my name's Róisín Donnelly. I know many of you, and there's a few of you I don't, but I'll say hello. I work for ETOA. I'm based in London, and I'm the supplier and partnerships manager at ETOA. So just in reference to what Aaron was saying about the buyers, this year we actually have a significant uplift in the number of buyers participating, and this is the beauty of the time that we're in. We have an uplift of about 60% of buyers on last year, which is amazing. And the buyers that are coming in from as far away as China through to the west coast of America, a number of Europeans. We actually have nearly 30 buyers alone from the US market as well. So that's fantastic. Whereas traditionally, because the event was an in-person event in London, people may not have had the opportunity to actually be in attendance themselves. So that's the buyers. I would encourage you to really look and research the buyers who you want to speak with. And because it's an online event this year, normally we say 15 appointments. You're actually you're choosing 20, which is great. So obviously put those in order of preference there as well. If you have any questions, let me know. I've sent out, everybody should have my details anyway. More than happy to answer some questions. But I'll swiftly hand over to Simon, who's going to give a quick, Simon's our policy manager, who'll give a quick overview of the Ireland market at the moment. Thank you.
Thanks, Róisín. Good afternoon, everyone. As Róisín was saying, I'm policy manager for ETOA. We basically look after members in between events regarding a range of topics. Brexit and COVID are ultimately our number 1 and 2 at the moment, but we also do destination engagement as well. So we do a lot of work with tourist boards and also local councils as well, regarding a range of tourism development, whether it's city access, regarding coaches, also tourism taxes as well. So we have good relationships across Europe, so that's Amsterdam, Paris, Barcelona, UK and Ireland, and we really focus a lot of our time at the minute on UK and Western Europe, and the way Ireland is kind of in a unique position because they're the only country in the EU now which doesn't apply Schengen rules at the external border. So I'll explain a bit more about what that affects, certainly the GB market and the opportunities there once the COVID recovery hopefully will take place towards middle to the end of this year. And also as well, we look into sustainability and climate as well. We understand that this is an important area, and on our website we have more details on this, as well as visa policy, because we know that's a very important area. So regarding Brexit and Ireland, we understand that Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland, they are in goods side, they are following the same rules. However, there are divergences which you're probably aware of. So for instance, the VAT cut, it will probably one which is something to be aware of in recovery. So Northern Ireland, the VAT cut is until end of this March, but it might be extended in the budget by the UK Chancellor in March. So whereas in Republic of Ireland, we know at the moment the VAT cut is until the end of this year. So that's something that we kind of be aware of, and also the tax-free shopping as well. We know that's an area that some people on this call might be interested in, and there's an opportunity there in the sense that the GB market, so the in GB, so England, Scotland and Wales, the VAT retail export scheme has now ended. So that basically means tax-free shopping is no longer applicable in those countries. So it still applies in Northern Ireland, and in Republic of Ireland there is a threshold now of €75 to qualify for the tax-free shopping. There are, if you move the goods into GB, you would have to pay kind of import duty on a certain value, but it's just something to be aware of going forward. The most encouraging for the people aspect is GB is they will not be restricted with 90 days to 180, which has been widely reported in Schengen. So the great news when the GB market recovers in Brexit terms is there won't be too much changes. The green card will probably be the biggest change. So those who come by car, for instance, would need a green card for their insurer, but that is free to obtain from your insurer, maybe at a small administration cost if they choose to. Also as well, regarding the US market, speaking to operators there, we've had a lot of questions about will there be a hard border in Ireland, and we frequently have said no, because of the Northern Ireland Protocol, the memorandum of understanding between Ireland and the UK governments, and also there's a common travel area. And we're pleased to be welcomed by Niall Gibbons, CEO of Tourism Ireland, for our last Brexit webinar, which was held in November. So please have a look at that. That's on our website. We do have a Brexit kind of page, which has been updated in the next couple of days, as well as our update to members. So regarding the US market, we know it's very important to Ireland as well. And while the US haven't been able to visit Ireland this year, we're aware, of course, Joe Biden now being president of the USA, and his family roots in Mayo and Louth. Be interesting to see if there's any kind of more upturn in that. So just to be aware of on kind of COVID-19 and recovery. So the Irish government and the Northern Ireland Executive follow a slightly different route currently regarding countries allowed into into each other's country. We hope over time there might be some kind of similarity, but just to highlight that, so the Northern Ireland Executive, it's a devolved matter, but a lot of the countries and the policies they use at the minute are following what the UK government are setting. And really the biggest change would be the 10-day self-isolation period, which is different to Republic of Ireland, which is still 14 days. We know any sort of quarantine period is a deterrent for travel, so we hope that this isn't really a factor going forward, but just to be aware that once hopefully a green list, if that comes back again, and travel corridors, there might be some divergence to be aware of. We're happy to help members with this. We put a lot of information on our website. The Irish government follow what's a traffic light system. It's mainly for inter-EU travel, but it will affect recovery. The opportunity for Ireland is regarding how the GB market is kind of assessed, because the UK is now a non-EU country. The freedom of movement has now ended. So Ireland, while the EU is encouraging the same response across the EU regarding how the UK is treated, because Ireland is outside Schengen area, there's more scope for opportunity here. And what is also encouraging is throughout the pandemic, travel from Ireland to GB has been open. There's been no restrictions back on arrival, and this is something that we're aware of, that it's not just coming into the destination to be aware of, it's also those visitors coming back. So hopefully over time we'll see travel open up this year, and of course we know the infrastructure as well has been developed in Ireland, and the second runway at Dublin Airport will hopefully help with that. So we're happy to take questions today, and please get in contact with us at any time. Our email address is policy@etoa.org. We also have some free material on our website as well, so please have a look. So look forward to your questions now.
Thanks, Simon. I just have a question from Louise Curry. Confirm the start time and for BIM. So login is from 8:30 a.m. and we would certainly encourage you to do that, just to ensure that you don't have any technical issues on the day. The first appointment starts at 9 a.m. There will be a welcome session starts at 8:50, but we would encourage everybody to log in at 8:30. Just another note to point to highlight is that the buyers who are coming are looking for 2021 and 2022 rates and availability. So if you actually have your 22 rates available, that would be of enormous help to you and to the buyers as well. They are looking to contract, and they're looking to try and place as much business as they can going forward. And if anybody else has any questions, get them in. I don't see anything else. David or Breige, would you like to add anything? Are you okay?
No, that's really great, and thank you for that that update, Simon and Róisín. Let's see if any questions come in, but you can always email me, myself, or Róisín if you think of something afterwards. And it's really to get the best out of the event for you and to get you in front of the right people to get your product out there. David, do you want to say anything?
No, just that what I said earlier. I mean, it's great to hear you've had that increase rushing as well, and I knew that. Well, I know that we've been noticing that as well from other events you've done, and I think it might well be the virtual situation that's doing that, because it broadens this around the world for the buyer, and that's really a good thing as well. And it may be a kind of roadmap to the future as well, because there might be in the future a mix of live events and indeed these as well, because not everybody from America could fly to London to have a meeting. So it's really worthwhile, and we're still delighted and will continue to be working with you guys. And I hope everybody in Ireland has a great day next week, and I know they will, because the quality of the buyers and the numbers are really, really good.
Perfect, thank you. And we're delighted to be working in partnership with Tourism Ireland. And it's greatly appreciated, and actually we can see from the numbers how good the partnership is. Simon, did you want to add something there?
Yeah, just a point to make. I remember there's some coach operators who are joining this call today. So regarding the Brexit agreement, the island of Ireland coach operations will pretty much stay the same, and also their unique position that cabotage will be allowed on the island of Ireland. So this allows GB operators to pick up and set down in Republic of Ireland, and also EU operators, including Republic of Ireland, who can pick up and set down in Northern Ireland. So regarding the actual movement of a tour in Ireland, it's encouraging. There are a few technical changes, like an interbus way bill, for instance, but on the whole, it's very encouraging that there was a trade deal. We know there's differences, as I said earlier, with VAT rates, for instance, across the island, but with Brexit, we see an opportunity as well as challenges, and the opportunity here is the GB market coming to Ireland, also as well the intra-EU market. So coming into a Northern Ireland airport, just to be aware of, from 1st of October this year, an identity card will not be accepted at the border anymore. Now, a European identity card is still accepted at Republic of Ireland airports, so they can still enter the country. But just to be aware, if somebody was flying into Derry or Belfast airports, that they need a passport to proceed through border controls.
Thank you, Simon. Okay, and I think with that, we're ready to go. I don't see any more questions, so I think we've answered everything, which is kind of good. But you know where we're at, and we look forward to seeing you then in a couple of weeks. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.